Okay, today we are going to speak a little bit on West Asia. Right? Now, Donald Trump wants to have some understanding between Iran. The goal of Iran is to make Israel Gaza again. So now we say that some of the Israelis have left the country using ships, and most of these people are staying in bunkers. So there is some criticism in Israel, especially some mayors have spoken against Netanyahu, not Netanyahu, right? I have a different name for him. So I think what we are going to get is a regime change in Israel. And I think Donald Trump wants to shake up the Israel society a little bit, give a shock treatment, right? And now there is some supply side shocks. I call it entropic capital shocks. I don't call it supply side shocks. I call it entropic capital shock. And I say that entropic capital is supreme, not technology. That's my thesis, part of my thesis in economics. Right? So I think interest rates are going up. Whatever our central bank chief says, we are going to have higher interest rates. And as far as America is concerned, the fuel prices have gone up, and also there is some shortage of fertilizer in America. Okay? So there could be certain food insecurity in America. Now, as far as our country is concerned, we have to get energy and also fertilizer, because we also will have food insecurity. Right? Now, Israel has invaded southern Lebanon and done a lot of damage. Hezbollah has invaded Israel, certain parts of Israel, and it has the southern part of the part where it is bordering Lebanon. Hezbollah has invaded, and they have done some damage to the IDF, Israel Defense Force. And I think there is going to be a regime change in Israel. Okay? So when we talk to the Russians, we should also talk about the fertilizer, not only energy. That is very essential for security. Okay? So we talk a little bit on regime change. Now, if there is a regime change in Israel, there could be also regime change in America. It is unlikely, but it could happen. Right? Now, Iran has 5 conditions. That is giving compensation, removing of bases, right? Taking off sanctions against Iran. So I think Donald Trump he is desperate to have some kind of understanding with Iran. And I think Donald Trump is going to remove some of the camps in West Asia. What you people call Middle East, I call it West Asia, because you have to decolonize the mind. You should not use the word Middle East. It's West Asia for us, okay? It might be difficult to use that term, nomenclature, but you have to use that if you want to decolonize your mind. Right, so we talked about regime change in Israel, and now America has a lot of restrictions. It has to renew some loans it has taken at a higher interest rate. So America can't pursue much against Iran, because there will be a stock market crash. More than that, there will be dislocations in the bond market. So in the bond market, ඒකට ඇමරිකාවේ මේ වෙලාවේ දැන් කොටස් දෙන්න බොලේ ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා. ඊට අමතරව බැඳුම් කරවල පොලි ස්වභාවය වැඩි වෙන්න යන ස්වභාවයක් තියෙනවා. Right? So you have these two. Right? You have some kind of crisis in the stock market and crisis in the bond market. And there is a possibility that interest rates, right, prime interest rates will be increased. There is no possibility that it's going to be decreased. Right? ඒ කියන්නේ මූලික තියෙන පොලි අනුපාතය 0.2කින් වැඩි කරන්න it will be changed by possibly by 2.5 or 225 basis points. Okay? Right? So we discussed a little bit about America, we discussed about Iran, and I think, I heard one of the top IDF, Israeli Defense Force personnel saying that there could be an internal collapse in Israel, especially the army. So Hezbollah is very active. After 1.5 years, they are active. They are hitting back at Israel because Israel has invaded Lebanon, South Lebanon. They have invaded into Israel territory or the occupied territory or whatever it is, and they have inflicted some damage to the IDF, and IDF can't handle that. Even if there is a small incursion into the occupied, or if you take the Israel colony, Israel is a colony created by United Nations. Whatever it is, they don't accept United Nations colony. They say some kind of protected term. I call it. I would like to call it. I would like to call SAS, spade a spade. So it's a United Nations colony, right? When you say United Nations colony, then people should understand what the nature of United Nations. Then America will remove most of the bases in West Asia. That is something Iran insisted on that. So they will remove some of them. And Donald Trump wants to have some kind of partnership when it comes to the Strait of Hormuz, but I don't think Iran, I don't know what will happen in another 10 or 15 or 20 days, I don't know, but the Russians and the Chinese are watching. Okay? So there is this supply side shock or entropic capital shock. I say that entropic capital is supreme, not technology. Right? As a person who knows little bit of physics, I don't accept that technology is supreme. So there will be you have 5 demands, and Donald Trump will remove some of the sanctions put on Iran, not necessarily everything, but most of the sanctions will be removed, and Iran is asking for compensation. That's a difficult nut to crack. I am not sure America can concede to that demand. Again, Iran ඉල්ලනවා බටහිර ආසියාවේ තියෙන කඳුරු අයින් කරන්න. හරිද? ඊට පස්සේ ඉරානට විරුද්ධව තියෙන සම්බාධක අයින් කරන්න. දැන් මේවා ඩොනල්ඩ් ට්‍රම්ප්ට අයින් කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඩොනල්ඩ් ට්‍රම්ප්ට අවශ්‍යතාවයක් තියෙන ඉරානයත් එක්ක යම්කිසි එකඟතාවයට එන්න. ඒක අමාරු වුණාට එන්න පුළුවන්. හරිද? මම හිතනවා ඩොනල්ඩ් ට්‍රම්ප් දැන් නෙතනියාගේ පලිගැනීමක් වගේ එකක් තමයි එතුමා කරන්න හදන්නේ. ඉතින් මේ මට තේරෙන හැටියට ඒකයි මම කියන්නේ. Right? And BRICS will come on top, with Iran being taken as the leader in BRICS. Unofficial leader of BRICS will be Iran, not Russia, not China, at least for temporary period, it will be the leader in Iran, and Iran has turned the tables. Because most Western analysts thought Iran was the weak link, not to be right. Iran has turned the tables. And things are very easy for Russia and China. And to me, for Iran, the trusted friend of Iran is North Korea, not Russia and China, because Russia and China has their economic interests, right? But Iran, because it has certain religious foundation, it doesn't want to have that kind of relationship with North Korea. And possibly Iran might even go for nuclear weapons. If we go for nuclear weapons, they might change their fatwa and they might go for nuclear weapons. If you go for nuclear weapons, then after that, no American president or anybody can threat Iran. But Iran's main mission will be drones and missiles, hypersonic missiles and things like that. Iran has changed the nature of warfare in this period, and we had to acknowledge that. Even when it comes to Ukrainians, they also have these capabilities, right? But I believe that North Korea also has these capabilities. So when you look at the navies in the world, they can be made irrelevant. If you have a lot of missiles and drones, then navies will have to act in their own territories. The role of navies may be restricted, and then air power with navy has to be incorporated. They have to be closely related to each other. Again, ගුවන් සහ මුහුදු ඒවා ඒකාබද්ධ තියෙනවා. ඒ වෙන් කරලා බෑ. ඒ කියන්නේ මේ ඩ්‍රෝන සහ මිසයිල් තාක්ෂණය නිසා මේ යුද්ධවල තියෙන ස්වභාවය වෙනස් වෙනවා. Right? So we'll see in the next 1 or 2 weeks whether you are going to have a regime change in Israel. But Iran would like it. They don't officially ask for it, but they would like it. But their main role in Iran is to make Israel Gaza again.